Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Eddie here and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day as well as a beautiful Labor Day weekend. And for today's video, we actually have a very special release that I hit on the sneakers app, and that is none other than the Nike and Sacai Zoom Cortez in the OG colorway. And please let me know what you guys think about this sneaker in the comment section down below, because to me, I definitely think it's a beautiful take on our original sneaker that came out almost 50 years ago. And just getting right into it now, guys, with the Sacai's, you know you're always gonna get an elevated midsole as well as a wedge protruding out the heel, and of course you're gonna have that super fire history or story behind this sneaker. So just as I mentioned earlier, this year actually makes the 50th anniversary since the Nike Cortez actually came out. So this sneaker actually came out in 1972, and if you guys are familiar with the movie Forest Gump, that's actually what we call the original Nike Cortez in Brooklyn or New York City as a whole. Because within my friend groups, we would always call the Cortezes in this specific colorway the Forest Gumps. And as you guys know, with the Sacai creator Chitose Abe, she loves taking a sneaker that has some history behind it and then adding her own twist to it. So as we had the OG waffle Nike shoe, she then made the Nike Sacai waffle, which to me is still my favorite model out of all the shoes that they made. Then she also did the same thing with the Vapor waffle, and of course she did it with this Cortez right here, as well as added zoom for more comfort. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So that's pretty much going to conclude the history on this shoe. So now let's just get right into the details, and I have to say the details on this shoe is really dope. So when you look at the primary upper of the shoe, it's actually made out of this white nylon, and I have to say, guys, since it's white and nylon, it might catch on some things and it might get dirty really fast. So that's just something to note really quick right there. And then we also have some hits of gray suede. We have some more nylon surrounding the shoe, as well as mesh and other type of materials all over the shoe. So first I'm going to start off with the toe box area, and that's pretty much separated right here by this thick hairy piece of suede in this gray colorway. It splits the shoe into two halves. And then we go on top of that. Now you can actually see that we have the two laces, which is standard to Sacai, because as I said before, they definitely like elevating the shoe and just maximizing it, which is why we get two midsoles all the time, a protruding heel as well as the regular heel. And then usually they have some more double areas, which I'll show you in a second. So this actually comes with two white laces, and I actually am surprised because since there's some gray hits on the shoe, I would have thought that they would have did like a white lace as well as a gray lace. But the difference is that they actually use a thick rope lace with a regular standard straight lace right there. So that's just something else to note as well. So now when focusing on the tongues, you can actually see that there's two of them. So first of all, we have a white Nike tongue right here with a Nike logo right there on the top of the tongue tab, as well as an orange Nike check. And then we also have the Sacai logo right there. And then when we go into the next tongue, it's actually like a navy blue nylon tongue. And then we just have a black standard Nike check. Next, when we go into the lateral side of the shoe, now you can actually see that we have this red Nike check right here in this kind of thick leather, which is pretty dope. And then on top of that nylon area, we have a gray printed Nike check that kind of comes right onto the top of that red Nike check right there. So to me, that's a super dope touch. And as we know, that's pretty standard to all the Sacai's to have a double Nike logo right there. And then when we focus onto the ankle collar area, now you can actually see that we have that white nylon ankle collar. However, since this is Sacai, we also have another ankle collar area, so it's in that navy blue colorway right there, just to add a nice little pop, and I think that makes the shoe really dope. Then when we focus onto the back heel area, now you can see that the two red Nike checks actually goes all the way into the back, and then we have that Nike heel tab logo right there. And it's pretty much true to the OG, other than the fact that we do have that kind of Nike and Sacai logo. However, on the OG, it just has the regular Nike logo right there. And then when we look right below that, we actually have two hits of hairy suede, which I really love, and it's in the contrasting red and blue colorways, which is definitely not on the OG, but again, is a take that Sacai put onto the shoe, and I think that's a really clean and dope touch. So now when going onto the medial side of the shoe, the same thing pretty much follows suit as the lateral side. However, we do not have that kind of double Nike check right there, and I think that makes sense because nobody's really looking at the inside of the shoe. Plus, it just makes the shoe contrast even more, so I think that's dope. And then now let's focus on the main part of every Nike Sacai shoe, and that is the midsole area, because there's always a lot going on, and I think that Chitose Abe always has that kind of beautiful touch when we talk about the Nike and Sacai midsoles. However, I did think that the Vapor waffles was a bit much, but I definitely believe that they did really well on this midsole right here. So of course we're gonna have this kind of gray midsole paint touch right here. Then we have a little bit white to add that little pop. Then we have that kind of age yellow right there, which I think looks really, really clean. And right below that, we have this kind of royal blue, which just makes the shoe pop even more. And then finally, we have that protruding wedge, which again reminds me more of the Sacai waffles as as opposed to the Vapor waffles, because with the Sacai waffles, in my opinion, they made it so that the heel wedge would protrude, but it just wouldn't look ridiculous. And I think they followed the same thing with this shoe, and it looks super clean. So we have a navy blue protruding wedge right there, which to me resembles more of the Nike Sacai waffle than any of the other models that they did with this protruding wedge. And I think that just looks really, really clean in my opinion, because it follows that kind of navy colorway. And then it just pops a lot because it's right above that royal blue painting right there. And that definitely makes the shoe look dope in my opinion. And then I'm saving this detail right here because I love Zoom, man. So we actually have a Zoom exposed bubble. However, as you saw on the medial side, it was not there. But I just love when you look at the Zoom bubble, because when you actually look at it, you can see all of the individual strings. And sometimes on certain shoes, the strings might be a little like torn or something. But on this specific model right here, it looks completely clean. You can see all the strings within that Zoom air bubble, and it just looks super fire in my opinion. And guys, we're gonna conclude with the outsole of this Nike Zoom Cortez. And actually, this follows true to the actual OG Cortez. So we have that zigzag traction pattern right there. And that's pretty much gonna conclude all the details of this shoe, guys. Let me know again what you think about this shoe in the comment section down below. And now, let's just get right into this on foot look, all right? So alright guys, that's pretty much gonna conclude the review as well as the on-foot look, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. And I have to say that the Nike Sacai Zoom Cortez is a really dope shoe in my opinion. I definitely want to say that it does fit true to size, because when I put this on, it was super comfortable, it wasn't tight, and it just fit perfectly. So I would personally recommend to go true to size with your pair. So again guys, this shoe actually released on the sneakers app, and you know, a lot of people struck out and a lot of people hit. Some people hit raffles, some people didn't, or it got backdoored or whatever. But something that I have to tell you that you guys probably know by now is the fact that these aren't going too crazy on the resale market. So if you like this shoe, I would 100% recommend to buy like right now or somewhere between this Labor Day weekend, because people are getting their pairs now and the prices are pretty much gonna go down. So if you want this shoe, if you like this shoe, and if I even change your mind on your opinion about this shoe, please let me know in the comment section down below. Definitely the comfort is A1. I'm not saying it's some super like boost material or anything, but the zoom definitely helps, and it just feels like I'm walking on something firm but very comfortable. I definitely believe I could wear this sneaker all day in my opinion. And yeah guys, that's pretty much gonna conclude the review. So make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and your family and all that. Y'all already know what to do, and I love and appreciate all of y'all for making my channel grow. So keep pushing that YouTube algorithm, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.